Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining today from the Better Business Bureau here in Wisconsin. The sign of Better Business Bureau. That's what's in their background. And it's Tiffany Schultz. Tiffany, how you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for having me today.
Thank you for popping on here. We're going to talk about healthcare open enrollment cons. So during this time, we know that scammers follow the news. I'm stealing this one from you. Where they follow the news, and with open enrollment kicking off here in October, certainly we're going to see a lot of scam, spam, everything kind of come out of the woodworks here to get you. And it's because they know. They know that you have to act, so they're going to use that to your or their advantage against your advantage of doing it. But we're going to give you everything you need to know to prevent that from happening. So first and foremost, we know that they follow the news. We know that they're there. Why do people still keep falling for it?
Every year as a consumer, you have the opportunity to review your plan and pick a new one during open enrollment if you're purchasing on the marketplace. And scammers know that. And scammers know that every year the pricing usually goes up, and people are really confused about the offerings on there. And it's really hard to know what you're buying when you're buying insurance. There's a lot of different terminology that you may not be familiar with. So what do scammers do? They reach out and they want to help you. So they will call or they'll text and they'll tell you that they can help navigate the healthcare.gov or the medicare.gov site and that they can find you a plan for cheaper that's not even listed. So nobody should be reaching out to you without you first reaching out for them first. If you get an unsolicited phone call with somebody wanting to help, it's likely a scam.
That's really key here. And I repeat it again that they should not be reaching out to you. You should be reaching out to them and then set up that conversation. There may be a call back after you set up that conversation, but this unsolicited piece is key here. If I understand it right.
And everything that's listed should be available to you. There is nothing that a representative is going to have that you won't be able to find online.
Maybe they'll throw in a free tote bag or something. Come on, what are you saying? All right, let's talk about ways to avoid this any of the scams in general here. And the first one is just be wary of anyone who contacts you out of the blue, and that is the key here. And that's why I say it is if it's an unsolicited, unwanted, you were not expecting it. There's a really good chance that it's probably not who it is. And you got to watch out for spoofing too. They can spoof the number, and you got to be ready.
They certainly can. If you don't know the number and you have not made a phone call to them or sent an email, requested some type of help, and somebody is reaching out to you from healthcare.gov or medicare.gov, don't answer the phone.
Period.
Period. Hang up on them.
I've been using that a lot lately. I don't know why, but it just feels like just shut it down, shut it down. Be wary of the free gifts. I threw in the tote bag because I saw this on there, but free gifts are just these offers of the advantage. It just sounds wrong.
Don't be swayed by free gifts. That's a way for scammers to engage with you. And once they're talking to you and they have your attention, you're more apt to want to do business with them versus just saying no. So don't fall for the free tote bag. Don't fall for the free gift card, whatever they want to offer, because it's usually not legitimate.
Next one's really important here, and that's guarding your government issued numbers. So you do not want to give these out, period. Like that just can't happen.
Treat your government issued numbers like they're gold. Don't share them. Your Medicare number, your Social Security number, your date of birth, your address, any type of personal information, especially with somebody who reaches out to you unsolicited. Those numbers should be locked up and they're for your eyes only.
And go directly to the official website. That is really key. You want to go to where it's actually happening. Don't take an easy shortcut because you got an unsolicited email, text message that says, "Hey, we can get you started right now." Mm-mm.
A lot of times, scammers will camouflage the links and point you to their own websites instead of the legitimate websites. The legitimate websites are going to end with .gov. They may point you to a website that ends in .net or .com or maybe is support.healthcare.gov, something weird like that. So pay a lot of attention to the site that you're on because you are entering personal information when you're open enrolling in a plan.
And finally, you should report these as they come in. This is pretty serious stuff. There's going to be alternate ways that scammers are going to find a new way to get into people's homes and not physically, but break down and get people's information. So you really want them to report it so we know what the latest scams are, so we can prevent this from happening to anybody.
Report scams to us at bbb.org/scam tracker. Your report helps to warn others of the scams taking place in the marketplace. Like we talk about every month, we talk about versions of scams that are common, but don't let that throw you off because scammers always have new twists and turns for old scams. So just because you never heard of a person getting scammed a certain way doesn't mean that there's not a new version floating out there.
They're always looking for the easiest, fastest way to get into, again, get into your data, your information, and are going to scam you. So I think going to the direct source is so big, and there's some great resources out there on this. I'll say it again. I said it during our DATCAP interview this month. We were talking similar fashion about the open enrollment period for Medicaid, Medicare, whichever one. I'll get them wrong every time. But you can check in with social workers at our senior center as well. That asks questions if you're kind of concerned, like, I don't know if this is legit or not. They can help you through that process as well. So there's so many great resources, Tiffany, out there, as mentioned, so use them during this time to get your questions answered. But go to the source, start with the source and work back from there. I think is so important.
Feel free to reach out to a friend or family member too who may be well versed in this topic. Like you said, the senior centers, your local ADRC. There's a lot of resources out there who are willing to help. And healthcare.gov and medicare.gov, you can request a call from an advocate who will help you through the process. Just avoid those unsolicited calls.
All right, Tiffany, thank you so much for the information. Hopefully we stop somebody from getting scammed during this open enrollment period. And more importantly, you can check back in with BBB on all their great resources to stay ahead of these scammers. And Tiffany's going to be back here to tell you more about those. So we're going to prevent it every which way we can. Thank you so much, Tiffany.
See you next month.